Welcome back to more Limbus. And to more combat. Mortal Wombat. Yeah, we'll do Rupture Team.
필두, 출진.
This time.
내가 모르는 장치가 있었나? 아니면 참가상이 뭐라도 했나? 너희가 이기기까지 걸리는 시간이 단축되고 있네.
You can get yours later.
태어내리. 매우 효과적인 선수입니다. 워크율차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동에 약 14%의 확률 기여도가
Insane
있음을
top deck.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 추진합니다.
For an AoE brawl anyways.
원더풀한 선택이었어 나리! 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게
강호 유람기에서도 이렇게 일이 쉽게 풀린 적이 드물었는데.
강호 유람기라면 이스마엘 그자가 진행해주는 탁자 위에서 하는 놀이 말이십니까?
놀이가 아니야. 모험이지.
You, and you.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리.
Yes, theoretically I could just win writing coast, but I prefer playing more strategically. Because anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And I'd rather be the reason why it does go wrong. Rather than something outside of my control. The RNG aside.
우리를 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 강한 일격을!
몰아넣었으니 모든 것을 못 따라나.
죽이겠다고 마음먹었다면 저렇게 손속의 자비가 없어야 한다네.
명심하겠습니다, 스승님.
That.
시비수 분명한다. 이한테 제법 좋은 일격이고 저런 실력 있는
I do like Burn Team is fun. Yeah, Heisho Team is still just beyond busted. The one thing I don't have is Rupture Count, but yeah.
목을 떨고 이 정도 탕후하던 말투만 고치면 놈이 소름을
일부
튀어서
위험
It's just
요소가
faster,
축소된 것을
honestly.
감지했습니다. 정리 요원들의 노고에 감사드립니다.
I think Burn can do more overall damage against like a single target, and also, you know, if they can get going, Magic Ball Otis has like the single best AoE in the entire game thus far, not tied to an ego.
방금의 움직임 두말할 것 없이 100점 만점입니다, 아가씨.
이런 것쯤이야. 눈 감고도 해.
But yeah, this was slow to get going.
불가 위야 막아내지 못해.
하늘이 갑자기 확 돌아갔네? 솔직하게 말해서 한 번에 이렇게 강한 공격을 할 줄은 모르고 아주 옛날에 만든 기계를 가지고 왔거든. 뭐 정확한 수치는 몰라도 아무튼 대단한 공격을 성공한 거네. 자부심을 가져도 좋겠어.
이제 깨우치시길.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을
One
안내드립니다.
turn. You
자세한
don't have
내용은
any
서면에
turns left.
적혀 있습니다.
You actually go for a turn.
헤어내리. 끝내지.
저분들이 적의 일부를 파괴했어요.
전력이 그럴싸한데?
쓰러져? 모든 것에 견뎠어. 기쁨이란 건 이런 사소한 일에도 슬며시 따라오나 봐요.
Doesn't really matter.
모두가 노력한 덕분에 업무가 일찍 끝날 것 같은 지금처럼 말이에요.
흑수며 뜀박질 중.
This is the end of the battle.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
숨통 끊기.
When you get going, you can kind of just snowball out of
이런
control.
공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
괜찮은 보이가 완벽한 승리 축하드립니다, 아가씨. 이 정도의 성과라면 4대 가문의 자제들도 인정할 수밖에 없을 겁니다.
좋은 수업 덕분이지.
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐고.
50 whole experience points.
좋겠어.
And like 40 lunacy, which is enough to get to basically nothing. The paradox is the spiral. This is in terms of the voice acting stuff. Play this game, please. Limbus is really good. As we're battling our way through the escaped Percatula, Fire came to a sudden stop.
잠깐.
Wait,
어디서
do you
숨소리가
feel,
들리는데?
fellas, hear something like breathing? It's faint. I hear it.
이쪽 부분이군.
It's in this general direction. Marceau stared at the giant containment door, where it laid on the ground, smashed and knocked loose.
최종이나 다른 적 해체일 가능성은?
How likely is it that it may be a Percatulum or an enemy combatant?
낮은 편이다.
Unlikely.
소리의
The breathing
호흡이
is
불안정하고 작으니 부상당한
unstable
인간의
and
것이다.
shallow, like that of a wounded human.
그거 오티스 씨.
Hey, Otis.
생존자의 가능성이 조금이라도 있다면
It's
구하는 게
only
맞지
be right that we try and save them if there's even smallest chance they're a survivor, right? I suppose that
군사의 나쁜 인상으로 작용하진 않겠군.
could leave a not so negative impression of us on the HQ. We knelt around the fallen door, set our fingers underneath the debris, and left it. Door and rose with a loud creak. She's burning. She's about to explode. Underneath the door, a woman, her breathing shallow. Hey, she's one of Holenheim's researchers who's guided us through the regular checkup. Alyssa. I'm Alyssa. Yeah, I don't think you'd remember my name. Alyssa slowly shared her name. Her voice strained as if she was squeezing the air out of her lungs. She was covering her chest with her hand, overcome this pain.
알리사 씨,
Okay, Miss Alyssa, are you...
숨을 크게 쉴 때마다
Every breath hurts so much.
살려달라고.
I couldn't call out for help. Reminds me of what Boss used to say.
생각나네요.
We're not the main characters in this story. So upon the proverbial coin flip,
동전이 던져진다면
we could only see if
피 나올지.
it lands heads or tails. Alyssa let out a brief, dejected chuckle before wincing in pain.
아니, 아프다는
Lady,
양반이 무슨
seems
농담
you're in
따먹기야.
plenty of pain.
잠깐,
It is hardly time to be joking about. Hold on. The stake. His hand was grasping the same spiral rod that the bodies in the hallway were holding.
무슨 일이 일어났던 거지?
What happened here?
경고음이
The alarm system.
경고음이 울리지
The alarm system
않았어요.
didn't go off.
저희 부서는
Even the
조금이라도
smallest
뭔가 잘못되면
accident or issue triggers the alarm to go off in our department.
호엔하임
Boss
씨가
Hohenheim
로보토미
was adamant about installing that system, said that he wouldn't want to repeat of the fall of Lobotomy Corporation. A pain grew this crept through Alice. Elisa. Expression as she tried to calmly continue her explanation. It wasn't just from what was staked through her chest. The alarm system to go off. Not even when the employees realized the facility was under attack. No, it's not supposed to behave that way. It wasn't. We waited quietly as Elisa catch her breath and calmed down. The lights suddenly died. We thought it was the experiment we were conducting.
전력을 많이 잡아먹는 실험이라고 팀장님이 종종 투덜거리시곤 했거든요.
Boss grows from time to time about how much energy it eats. Damn it. I should have noticed that something was off. Alyssa blamed herself to no avail, her voice growing faint.
그래서
So I thought it was just a temporary power outage. No one
다른
thought much of it
직원들도
because
경고음이 울리지
it didn't trigger the alarm system. Yeah, it's understandable.
저는
I was heading to a research hall to receive something, and
그러다가
that's when I heard
어둠 속에서
the sounds of dress suits clacking echoing through the dark hallway.
느리지도
Not too slow, not too fast, and relaxed, but disciplined. Yeah, no one in our department was like that.
걷는 사람은
We're always so busy to walk that we always walk
바쁜 마음에
and
종종 걸음으로
a slight
빨리
jog.
가지.
Then a
누군가가
terrible
간만에
dying
같은
scream
균형을
followed.
지키려던 아비규어를
Before the massacre
보여줬어요.
began, like a hellish nightmare that just wouldn't end.
무슨 일이
No
일어나는
one
건지
knew what was going on. Help! Who's there? Ah!
앞을 향해서
All I
달리는
knew
것밖에는
was that
도리가
I had to
없었어요.
run,
그러다가
and something whistled through the wind and felt something hot across my chest. And I
가슴이
looked down.
뜨거워졌어요.
This thing had pierced me.
잠시 정신을
I had
잃었다가
passed out when I woke up. someone has forcibly unlocked all containment units. Abnormalities, breakage, even destructions running amok. And I was pinned down by containment door that got knocked off its frame. So you weren't with Hohenheim or others when it occurred. Boss must have been by the conference hall. Could you get the pen and paper from my pocket? Ellis drew a simple map on a piece of paper. I don't know if the others are safe, but follow this map. You should at least be able to see for yourself, or at least get a clue of what happened.
그래. 그래. 대강 알겠으니까.
There.
이제 상처 좀 살펴.
We get the general idea. Now let's look at that wound. Gregor replied calmly. Bullocks. That wound keeps bleeding. This isn't your usual weaponry. Oi, you recognize this? He asked Otis with a palpable concern. From the way it looks, the more the victim moves, the deeper it will drill into their flesh. Perhaps a workshop product designed to stall and take combatants out of commission rather than kill outright. If the assailant had the wherewithal to use weapons like this, then they could very easily kill the victim. And then and there too. When the purpose really is just stalling them, or was it some sick fascination? It seems that staying still is what saves your life. That was wise of him. Yeah. I don't know about wise. It hurts too much to even think about moving anyways. Perhaps we ought to close the wound or properly heal it to be remedied. Where are we to extract the vile weapon? Yeah, you're not gonna walk around with that thing in your chest forever, right? Let's pull it out and get that wound treated, and it's no use. I just spat out reply. No use. Some kind of device that physically cannot be removed. No, pulling it out isn't the hard part. It's just inadvisable. If we were to force it out, then she'd end up like those bodies in the hallway. Yeah. The spiral burrows endlessly until it reaches the other side. But paradoxically, it can't punch through all the way because it will never arrive at that point. Sweetheart, this is called a spiral. Once it's lodged inside the body, even the slightest movement will make it burrow deeper into the flesh, forcing the victim to remain perfectly still. It may not sting any worse than from a prick of the thorn, but the more you move and try to yank it free, the further it drills into the body. But no matter how much it keeps digging, it will never make it through to the other side. The closer it gets to the end, the slower it becomes. It will never reach its end point. You know how to unlock it, yes? I'll give you the... once you return with the job done. Remember, if you try to pull it out, without the... you tear out everything is tear it out everything it tangled itself with as boring through. So stay put exactly where you are if you want to live. All I could see were fragments of memories, its remnants. You tried to pull it out without the matching, then once again I recall Ryoshi's shattered memories with the distinct feeling of drawing something up to the surface. The scene from her mutilated memories. as it was generally the case, I didn't know exactly how exactly I did it. It just came naturally to me. The moment I wish for it to happen. See anything, clock? Yoshu. What if that spiral needs a certain combination of numbers, like a password? To resolve the spiral's paradox, you need to find the correct pair. If you try to pull it out without a matching number, then a sword and the scabbard, yin and yang, past and future, me and you, everything regardlessly, is paired together with an awfully stubborn connection. Do you understand what that means? What it means to die? What it means to serve something? For a brief moment, an odd expression appeared on Ryoshi's face. White hair. Do you speak? The spiral can be disabled, but it must have something to do with numbers like clock. Like the clock said, but I don't exactly remember what it means. Anything? No, he's thinking about a spiral-shaped weapon called the tortoise spiral. It seems that you've come to understand it's only, if only marginally, how Faust is to be used, as I have visually served the device, and Ryoshu have provided certain keywords to narrow the result. Faust can now know. Did you say how you're to be used? Ignoring the curious looks from the sinners, Faust walked carefully to the body, an unclasped spiral from their hand. Clasped a spiral from their hand. Dion's tortoise spiral is what the device is called. Faust calls this device. As I sometimes Faust pulled a bottom part of the bottom part of the spiral, opening a hatch. It's locked. The spiral requires a 7-digit combination to release. Also, the spiral's infinitely borrowing nature, despite its inability to even penetrate the heart, explains why Alyssa's bleeding will not stop. If it's locked, then can we use a fairy to open it? Fairy? She speaks of escort singularity. It's... If the spiral is locked, then, as you would say, then would not a technology to unlock anything make it a perfect character measure? Theoretically, a fairy should be able to unlock it. However, what must first be concerned is the value of the technology applied to the spiral weaponry. Then only an expensive fairy would guarantee a successful outcome, which would be hard to come by at this immediate moment. Yoshu and the rest of us stare at the spiral to a degree of trepidation. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We weren't going to be able to brute force a 7-digit lock. This probably won't work, but can we start from 0 and go from there? As it is the case with most locks, a certain number of incorrect attempts would... Point taken, death in it. Don't leave me alone, I'm scared. That's honestly what I would like to ask, but there might be survivors in the lab. I don't know. You know, our boss, he won't go down easily. Just go help him instead. If we leave you like this, well, this isn't the worst way to go, at the least. I won't be going into some trivial book of stupid deaths like 100 dumbest research deaths. Perhaps working under Holheim has influenced her to put a max of aloofness, even in situations like these. But it was clearly taking considerable effort on her part to maintain it. Were we in any other situation, I would have asked for those 100 dumb ways to die, or to alleviate the tension, but I held my breath and embraced the painful silence.
알리사군,
We shall return to your
다시
side,
돌아오겠네.
young. What?
반드시 다시 돌아오겠네.
I give you thee my word, so
들이 다가오는 것 같으면
hide to the
최대한
best,
몸을 피했게.
as thou
포기하지 마세나.
canst when the enemy approach. Thou canst when the enemy approach. Thou mustn't yield now and beseech thee. I beseech thee.
참고로 얘는 한다면 하는 놈이니까.
You better listen to the last.
마라.
She ain't one for empty platitudes. Yeah, okay. I won't give up. Thank you.
C485.
C41885. Ryoshu quietly muttered to herself.
시계.
Clock.
방탈출
Ever
해봤나?
played a game of escape room? What?
이건 일종의 방탈출 게임 같은.
This is very much like a game of escape room.
불의를 위해서
To find the solution,
단서를 모아야 하지.
you begin by gathering the clues. A game.
저 연구원 놈.
You want to save the researcher, don't you?
그렇다면 저 나선에 쓰인 고유 번호가 필요할
Then you'll need a
받은 것뿐.
you'll need the serial number on the spiral. Every step we took away from Lessa, as she stuttered, so death was painful. I wasn't even sure if we could save her life. Shadows beset the path ahead. Cool. My voice is feeling dead. I will see you guys next time.